Hello, well, welcome to our channel. We have a Christian Horner on the interview. Let's watch together.
Just how good would he be if he enjoyed the sprint format? Because that was a dominant display. That must give you a real, I suppose, positivity after a month off.
Yeah, absolutely. A real, energy boost. I think for the whole team, because there's a huge amount of work going into these cars, and to get that win, I think it's our first win since June. Great to get that. And I think it just gives everybody a lift, and the performance of the car was very strong. And Max managed the race beautifully throughout.
How worried about Ferrari are you? Because, the two of them went at it lap after lap for most of that race, probably hurting their tires quite a bit, and they were still fast, second and fourth. Do you think it'll be close? Do you guys think you still have the advantage?
Yeah, they looked very competitive. As you said, they were pushing each other hard, and that usually takes quite a lot out of the tire, particularly in the first sector. And they will be very strong in the race tomorrow for sure. But I think what was encouraging for us was, if you look at Max's last lap, he'd managed those tires well. He still had quite a bit, performance left in them.
Was there much communication going backwards and forwards between engineers and Max, just trying to control the race nicely, or was it just Max doing his thing?
It was pretty quiet. It was Max mainly doing his thing. He wanted a bit of information of, where is Lando pushing harder than me, just from a management point of view. But his capacity to take all of that in and monitor his slip and how much he's lighting up the rear tires and so on is, it's classic Max. He's so strong in that area. So a great performance for him today.
What do you feel like you learned today from that run, and just how much coming and going it felt like there was with the teams and the tires for the strategy for tomorrow?
Well, look, it gives a lot of information. Does it make it a one-stop tomorrow? Looking at the length of that, but of course you're going to put 70 kilos more fuel in the car tomorrow, so that's going to change it again. I think you can see if you get into deg like Mercedes did, you drop off pretty aggressively. So a lot of information out of that, and of course we can now change the car as we go into quali. So I'm sure there'll be a bit of tuning as we go into the next session.
The evidence there that you suggest, we saw what happened to George Russell. He was really quick in the first sector of the first lap. Well quick, much quicker than a lot of people. Took the change out of his front left, and he was gone. He was falling away very, very rapidly. So the importance of clean air at the front, was that the key as well today, do you think?
It is, and of course how hard you work these tyres, it sort of adds up. They were quick in quali because they're working the tyre hard, but they paid a penalty in the race. And so I think that's the trade that you're constantly looking at between the short runs and the long runs, and that becomes even more important for the decisions that are made between now and qualifying, because that's locked in for the race tomorrow.
Are you doing something very different with downforce levels here? Because normally we see you guys the most efficient on the straights, but when we did the overlay with Mercedes yesterday, you guys seem to be slower on the straights.
Yeah, I think we're pretty quick in sector one, so that tends to indicate we're perhaps a little heavier on downforce. We're slower down the straight, but we're pretty good in that last sector as well. So again, it's that trade.
Is that a new approach this time when you've come here, because you guys have had such great straight line speed?
It's nothing essentially different. We're just working with our simulations to say, okay, what will give us the best return here in terms of downforce versus drag.
Thanks, Christian. Appreciate it. We'll let you get ready for...
Really well said by Christian Horner. Congratulations to Max Verstappen for winning the sprint race. And of course we have both of Ferraris in general being fast, and it's gonna be a tough race tomorrow, and it's going to be a tough qualifying today when we go live in a couple of hours. He just made a joke over there, like we will have the opportunity to do some adjustment to the car. He was referring to the device, that it was a big fuzz and a mess for Red Bull, and the thing is that it wasn't a big deal, as FIA have clarified that the device is all good and there's nothing to be concerned about. Either way, thank you everyone for watching this video with us. Please don't forget to like and subscribe our channel. If you have something to add up, comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.